Hello and welcome back to Obsessive Prepper-AZ. I just got my Amazon order delivered today and I wanted to share it with you. Now I do things where I try to find smart ways to do preps inexpensively. And this idea I wanted to share with you. Now if you've watched my videos in the past, you're new to my channel, or you've seen my video of no electricity, what to do, I highly recommend to go check that out. I show you in those videos of how to use a cotton mop. Something simple as a cotton mop that you can get tons and tons of wicks with. The only issue on a cotton mop or any kind of coiled cotton tube wicking, you want to be able to have it stiff enough that it doesn't collapse in the candle wax or in that oil. And so just a little quick hint, melt some wax, take your little pieces of wicking and dip them in that wax and then put them aside on parchment paper, something like that, and let them dry. And by coating that cotton mop wick or whatever, it will help stabilize that wick so it doesn't collapse and smolder out on your candle. So I just wanted to share that little tip. Now my Amazon order, I just received 300 wicks in the mail, 100 8-inch wicks, 100 6-inch wicks, and 100 3.5-inch wicks. Along with those wicks, they send you 5 of these little guys, and what these do is you can have multiple wicks in something bigger, like let's call it a number 10 can, and that will hold your wicks at the bottom. Simply by taking a wick and pushing it up through, you could have several wicks in your number 10 can. And you'll have a way when you pour the wax that this holds onto them. Or you could also not use this, use your cotton wicks, and then just tie a little knot at the bottom versus these little guys. But these in the package are kind of neat because they're ready to go into, let's say, a soup can if you make your own candle. Or we could use our little 3.5-inch guys in a tuna can and cut some of the wicking off. These are great little fixes, real quick in a hurry, that you can make candles that you can put out in your preps, and if you ever have an issue, you could make a lamp with oil and water and use these wicks. So there's options that you can use different wicks for to be able to have lighting. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video, not only because of the wicks, I just recently had a subscriber ask if I have ever used Crisco as a candle to see how long it lasts. Now, I'm not going to try one of those bigger Crisco cans or Walmart brand cans. I don't want to waste the money, but I've never tried this, and I just wanted to try out for myself and to give you an idea how long it burns. So I am going to go ahead and use the Crisco. This is a 1-pound little can of Crisco, and I'm going to use 2 of my 3.5-inch wicks, and we're going to see what happens with this. So I'm going to go ahead and get the wicks inside. Now I'm thinking the best way to try to get this inside the can and not make a huge mess is I'm going to go ahead and use a fork. And I'm going to go ahead and push it all the way to the bottom. I figure 2 wicks will be about right for a can this size. Who knows, maybe I'll need to add a 3rd wick. That was relatively easy to do with a fork. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the edges because I don't want anything on the edges. I don't need an oil fire. I'm just going to put it in a bowl, put it in something that in case it spills over or something happens, you're not causing a major issue. It is exactly 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and I'm going to go ahead and get this lit. And we're going to keep an eye on it. And I've used 2 wicks also because I think you're going to need a little bit of extra light. So by putting 2 candle wicks in, you get a little bit more light. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to go ahead and let this burn, and we're going to get back as soon as it's done. And we'll, throughout the burning process, I'll take some pictures of it, some video, and we'll see how long it takes for 1 pound Crisco can to burn with 2 3.5-inch wicks in it. Okay, we're exactly at the 2-hour mark right now. So there you go, 300 wicks. I'll leave the description and the link down below if you're interested in purchasing some of these wicks. It is now 2 hours later. We're 4 hours in, and it is 7 p.m. Wicks are still holding up nicely. I'll get back to you in 2 more hours. So we're at 9 p.m. I'm going to come back at 11 in 2 more hours and do another shot. I'm sure this will be burning till well off tomorrow. Okay, we're at 11 p.m. and we have not gone down hardly at all with the Crisco, and those wicks are still just burning away. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in my sink here, and I'm just gonna let it burn. Okay, so it's the next morning. It's 9 a.m. in the morning, so it is exactly 18 hours since I lit this little guy, and you can see down here, this is where the oil's at. So the oil's come down about 1 inch. It is 3 p.m. It's been 24 hours at this point, and we're probably right now at about halfway mark. Okay, it's 9 p.m. and this is how far it's gone down. And I can see that the one wick is starting to act a little different here. But we're at 30 hours. So we are exactly at 48 hours here. And you can see how far we are down, getting real close to the end here. And yesterday I had an issue with this right wick. I had to pull it up out of the Crisco and then relight it, but it is still going strong. We'll see how much longer this goes on. So we have our candle. It's finally burned out. I cannot keep it lit. I had one wick last a little longer than the other one, but we are at 56 hours with our 1 pound Crisco can. So 56 hours, it's not something that we would want to technically use all the time in a prep situation, but if you had Crisco, you could pack it down into smaller containers, use it for candles, and if you get those wicks, awesome. It works. They work great. I can't complain on the wicks. And I just hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. And if you want to be notified for future videos, ring the bell. Have a blessed day.